first in this evening game here in Oakton, Virginia. And you can see their openers out in the middle. Shehan Pereira and Chamita Atapattu. And then opening the bowling for the Comets, it'll be the spin of Wahab Syed. Now, due to a delayed start here, this will be a reduced overs game, so we're not playing the entire 20. 2 overs cut from each team. It'll be an 18 overs a side game. About to get underway here. And due to the delayed start, we can see that the lights have already taken full effect onto this ground. So Wahab Syed here warming up. He's got to slip in place. Here we go, first ball. And that's got away up in the air. It's gonna find the gap, and so that'll be runs first up. Off the bat of Chamita Atapattu, who comes back for a couple of runs, gets himself off the mark. And with that, Continental, they're up and running. Wahab Syed now. Oh, it's gone up in the air, mid-on. No, it's gonna fall in no man's land. And the throw comes back, another couple of runs taken to the bat of Atapattu. Interesting decision here from Comets to start off with spin. Wahab Syed bowling in the first over. As that one's just pulled away onto the onside. And this is good running. We'll come through for that single. And that'll get Shehan Pereira on strike, the right-handed batsman. This is a right-left combination from Continental, which means adjustments will have to be made. The bowler constantly having to change his line, the field having to change. Syed now is going to come from the other angle. So coming left arm around now. First ball, Pereira just blocks it away. This time down the leg side. Is that? No, it's hit him on the pads, but was going down leg. Just looking to get down on one knee, sweep that away. There's no one there at fine leg. Now field has just been moved a bit finer from square leg. As that one's driven down the ground. Long off will keep it to just the single. And with that, it'll be the end of the first over. Continental 6 for no loss. At this point, a special shout out to some of our sponsors here. For DCL, Icon Realty, AI Building Solutions, Anis Driving School, Fairway Supermarket Deluxe, Fashion Mart, GTS Executive Sedan, and Red Zod. Thank you for sponsoring cricket here in the DC metro area, making leagues like this one possible. The DCL FAIRFAX T-20 Cup. Comets Cricket Club, the ones in the field, undefeated in this tournament till now. And in a couple hours time, we'll know if that continues. Continental, on the other hand, they've played 3 games. Well, they've played 2 games actually. Lost 1. The other was a no result due to rain. And now it's going to be time for some pace as Naveed is brought into the attack. His first delivery coming up. So Naveed, his first delivery, going on a good length into the bats, just flicked that away, did Pereira. Despite the fact he hit it up in the air, there's no one out in the deep because we're still in the power play. It's just the 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle, and that's good fielding there, short covers. So Shehan Pereira here, he scored 3 from 5 deliveries. 8 from 1.2 overs. We're going at 6 and over here, a Continental. As Naveed runs in, oh, I think that's hit him. Didn't see him off the bat. Was a bouncer from Naveed. I think that might have hit him on the shoulder there. He's rotating that arm. And now the left-handed Chamita Atabatu. Or I'm having a look. There's a slip in place. A deep third man. And I think deep third man. And now mid-on's being pushed back to long on. More so at a 45. The 2 fielders outside. Naveed runs in. And that's cut away. It'll find the gap. Running away to the boundary. The chase is on. Doesn't have the legs, does that ball. But they'll comfortably come back for the second run. The running between the wickets here has been good. We've seen quite a few 2s just in these first couple of overs. And then some singles as well. Yet to the boundary though. Two deliveries remaining in Naveed's first. That one's just kept a bit short of a good length. Keeping it that 5th stump line. Atapatu just leaving that one alone. Slip's been taken out now. Got an extra man on the offside. And a long on has been sent from a 45 all the way to the edge of the boundary. And that one's well wide. Oh, they want to go up through for the single. Hatapatu there. Didn't think it was on. But Shehan Pereira, some good match awareness from him. Charging through for that single. They get an extra run on top of that wide. Naveed, that was well wide of the pitch. And for Atapatu, no longer have someone in the deep straight, but you have a deep third man and a deep covers. And that's going to be hit out to the man at deep covers. They'll settle for the single, and that'll be the end of the second. Continental 14 for no loss. Now some field changes being made here for Athapattu. Deep covers brought in. That's where the ball went. Final ball of the last over where they got the single. Athapattu retained strike. And that fielder deep covers, he's been brought in. So now trying to restrict that single. Be a bit more attacking. They've got a deep mid wicket in place. And I believe that's the only fielder outside of the 30-yard circle. Appears to be Ehsan Rashad, the new bowler, runs in. That's gone over the offside. And that'll be a maximum. A boundary will wait for the call. A boundary it's called. One bounce into the ropes. Would have gone straight into the hands of deep covers, who was moved up just the last ball. And Shehan Pereira goes over the offside. A majestic shot from him. And with that, we see the first boundary in this game. So under some pressure now, the new bowler, Ehsan Rashad. We'll see what he has. Pereira, that's gone up in the air. The fielder's there and he's gone. There's the wicket. So 4 and out for Shehan Pereira. And Ehsan Rashad, he'll be happy about that. That first delivery went over the top of covers. This time Pereira trying to do the same thing, doesn't get the elevation at all and hits it straight to the man at point inside the 30-yard circle. One of the simplest of catches, comfortably taken, and Continental, they've lost their first wicket. So 18 for 1 now in 2.2 overs. Ehsan Rashad, experienced player here, the captain of the side, he's picked up a wicket. Him and Faisal Khan, two of the senior players in this team. And the new batsman joining Chameeta Athapattu will be Senal Ranatunga. Athapattu, Ranatunga, the two batsmen out in the middle. Ranatunga, he will be on strike. The two batsmen didn't cross. Having a look at the field for him. We've got a deep mid wicket and a long on. There we go, Rashad now to the new batsman Ranatunga. Oh, an inside edge, and that'll be runs. It'll be 4 of them. So Ranatunga there, lucky off his first ball, gets an inside edge, misses the stumps. Keeper isn't able to get to it, and that'll be 4. So we'll get off the mark with that. And it's just been boundaries and wickets in this over. 2 boundaries and a wicket. But Ehsan Rashad, I don't think he'll be too unhappy to say about that. That one's gone up in the air. Oh, just off a point. And the fielder there, he's going to put a stop to it. But comfortably coming back for a couple of runs on the batsman. Rashad here, this over. It's been a bit expensive. 10 already off the first 4 deliveries. But he has picked up the first wicket. As that one's pulled away into the leg side. And that'll be runs. 4 of them, in fact. So another boundary coming from this over. Another boundary for Senal Ranatunga. This time one off the middle of the bat. As Faisal Khan just has a chat with Rashad. He's gone for a few runs here in this over. Has picked up a wicket. With 3 boundaries conceded, 1 delivery remaining. Ehsan, what's he got now? Oh, that's gone up in the air. Cut away over the offside. 1 bounce into the ropes. So a boundary to finish off. And while a wicket may have fallen in that over, Continental, they've still got 4 boundaries and a total of 18 runs from the third. With that, they go to 32 for 1 in 3 overs. Not a bad start for them. Naveed continuing here. His first over went for 8. And he's got a deep third man and a long on in place. The first 6 overs, the power play overs, just the 2 fielders allowed outside of the 30-yard circle, and those are the 2 he's got. So he runs in the first delivery. Just a swing and a miss there at the Batu. Swinging for it outside off. Doesn't connect. And I think that's the line and length that Naveed will really look to go at, because he's got a deep third man. So if you just run it down, there's protection out there. It won't go to the boundary. It'll just be the single. Oh, and another swing and a miss. This time signaled wide by the umpire. So the first run's coming in the 4th over in the form of extras. Oh, and that's just defended to covers. This has been some good bowling here from Naveed. Some tight line and lengths, not allowing the batsman to really open his arms up. And that field on the offside. Let's just have a look at that. You've got a mid-off, extra covers, point, and a deep third man. It's going to be a tough gap to pierce for Atapattu here. Once again, a swing and a miss. Trying to drive it. Isn't getting the connection though. I think even if he does get bat on that, he'll have to place it really well. There is a gap between extra covers and mid-off. I think he will be aiming for that, because these 3 fielders here, they are packed tightly on the offside. So Atapattu, I think he's looking for that gap between extra covers and mid-off. We'll have to see if he finds it. 3 deliveries remaining. Short, that's pulled away on the leg side. And they'll come back for a couple of runs. So Atapattu there, saw it short on the body and just pulled that away over the infield. No one back on the leg side besides the long on. So just pulling that one away. He'll come through for the single. Gets the right-hander on strike. Senal Ranatunga. And that's an excellent delivery there. Just stepping away is the batsman. Doesn't get the connection. Didn't really get in line with that delivery. This has been a really good over from Naveed. Just the 2 runs coming from it with 1 delivery left. The last one may have been a bit expensive from Ehsan, even though he did pick up a wicket. But this over is really... Naveed is really come back well for the Comets. Not conceding too many runs, bringing that run rate down. Oh, and that'll be a dot to finish off. So an excellent over from Naveed comes to an end. Just the 2 runs coming from it. And at the end of 4, Continental, 34 for 1. And it appears they're going to continue with Ehsan. Faisal Khan, he's the captain of the side, and Ehsan just setting the field there. The captain and the bowler. His first over went for 18, did pick up the only wicket to fall though. Now he's back, Rashad. That one swinging back in. A good stop at mid-off. We'll keep it to just a single. Now you can see the lights have completely taken effect here in Oakton, Virginia at this DCL ground. Here at the Okamar Rec Center. And with that right-left combination, the single taken. So with the right-hander on strike now, just making some adjustments to the field. Oh, and that's gone up in the air. And it's gonna sail over the boundary. So a maximum, the first maximum of the evening. And it's come off the bat of Senala Ranatunga. Saw that one right in his arc. Very full from Rashad. And Ranatunga makes full use of that. It's it right back over the bowler's head for 6. So Ehsan now under some pressure. What's he got this time through the offside? Deep covers though. Keeps it to just a single. Oh, once again the left-hander on strike. This over, it's already gone for 8. 3 deliveries still remain. It's an open leg side. There you've got a mid-wicket, a mid-on and a deep mid-wicket. This one through the offside though. Oh, and that's a misfield at short third man, which will allow them to come back for an extra run. And will that be an overthrow? No. There's someone backing up. So coming back for a couple of runs there due to that misfield. Not what the Comets would wanted. They're a good side in the field, are the Comets. The final ball coming up in Ehsan's over now. It's gone for 10. 1 delivery remaining. And that one's just going to be guided to the left of third man for the single. And with that, the end of 5 overs, that one going for 10 and or 11 actually, and Continental 45 for 1. So 45 for 1 in 5 overs, going at 9 and over exactly. Continental, I think they'd be pretty happy with the start. Yes, they have lost that 1 wicket, but going at 9 and over here in the power play, that is not a bad start. They end off the power play with something at 54, 55 for 1 after 6. I think they'd be happy with that. As Mohammad Behrouz is brought into the attack. Chamita Tapattu on strike. He's on 12 off 13. Senal Ranatunga at the other end. He's raced off to 21 off 8. I think he might want to change his first name from Senal to Arjuna. Arjuna Ranatunga. What a player he was. 1990s. Into the early 2000s, but right now Behrouz to Atabatu. Oh, and that's a misfield. It's gone straight through the keeper, and so they'll take a bye for that, getting Ranatunga on strike. And that was actually a wide, so more extra runs there So now the final over for the power play this is. And the two fielders, they've got a long off and a deep covers in place. No one back on the leg side. That one straight on the stumps. Mid on, shot at the stumps. No. Maybe it hit. There was a chance of a run out, but not to be. And so with that, Senal Ranatungai survives for the time being. Barrows now once again to the left-hander. Coming in, a right arm over the wicket, angling it across. We can see that angle across. It's sometimes hard to play. As we can see here with Atapattu. Struggling a bit to get bat on ball. 12 off 14 he's on now. Oh, and this time an inside edge. One bounce to the keeper. And Atapattu is lucky that didn't go on the full to the keeper. Didn't get an inside edge onto the stumps there. Couple of possibilities. And he could have been walking back into the pavilion. Oh, this time down the leg side, signalled wide by the umpire. The second wide in this over now. So Barrows, he is coming right arm over the wicket. And with the right-left combination as well, playing to the left-hander. And trying to angle it across, you will have a couple of wides bowled. Because it is tougher to get your line that way. Tougher for the bowler, tougher for the batsman as well. That's why they try and do that. This one though on the offside. Bit of a half-hearted shot from Atapattu. That one bouncing a bit too much than he expected. Hasn't been the quickest of starts from him. He can be an aggressive player here at the top of the order. I think if he bats a little longer, we may just get to see that. This one defended right back. And this has been a really good over to start off from Barrows. Just the 4 runs coming from it till now. 3 of those in the form of wides. So just 1 run taken off the bat. With Barrows' final ball here coming up in his first over. And that's just driven through the offside. Covers with some footwork. Gets a stop to it. And with that, the 50 will come up for Continental Cricket Club. 50 for 1 at the end of the power play. The end of 6 overs. And not a bad start for Continental here. 50 for 1 they're at. So now the second over of spin we've seen in this game. It's been given to Shoaib side. First one we saw Wahab side open the bowling. The first over of the game. And now his brother Shoaib side into the attack here right at the end of the power play. So power play done, field restrictions lifted. And Shoaib side into the attack. He's got a slip in place here, but the field has spread out. Now the power play is over. To Atapattu. Let's just pull that one away. Square leg though. Chance, no. Senal Ranatunga, he was off. Trying to get to that end, trying to get these runs quickly, and we've seen that positive intent here from Continental. That one flighted up in the air. Trying to go for that big shot, the lofted one. Atapattu not getting it off the middle. Shoaib Syed, of course, played minor league cricket this past season, representing the Fort Lauderdale Lions. And that's gone up in the air. Long on underneath it. The bowler actually, and he takes the catch. So there's the second wicket to fall now. Jamita Atapattu has to go. Was struggling a bit out there, you've got to say. 13 of 21 he's gone for. And with that, Comets have struck. So the second wicket down now. Shoaib Syed into the attack, strikes in just his first over. And Continental 50 for 2 midway through the 7th. And the new batsman you can see out there, Prabudha Perius, joins Ranatunga out in the middle. And there you can see him walking out. So 50 for 2 midway through the 7th, going at just under 8 over. And at this stage, Continental, they had a pretty good start. But then you do have a look at the fact a couple of wickets have fallen just when they look to take off. A couple of wickets do fall. That time, Atapattu trying to up the run rate, trying to up his own strike rate. He did struggle a bit against the Pacers. Now trying to take spin on. But he perished in the process. So with that, Perius now walks out. Oh, and that's an excellent delivery by Syed. Keeps it just inside that tram line. Did spin back in a bit. And with the two batsmen having crossed, it will be Ranatunga on strike. Oh, and that one he's got an upper edge over the keeper. Talal Zia there at third man. Puts a stop to it, and with that single, you've now got the new batsman Prabudha Perius on strike. He'll be facing the final delivery of Shoaib Syed's first, which has been an excellent over. That was the first run, that single, the first run conceded in his over, and he picked up the wicket as well of the opener Atapattu. Now Perius, a swing and a miss from him outside the off stump, and with that, the end of 7 overs, Continental 51 for 2. It appears Mohammad Behrouz will be continuing His first inside the power play went for just 5. That was the final over of the power play. Now bowling to Senal Aranatunga. With that, we can see that field spread out for him. They've got a deep covers, long off, long on. Deep mid wicket. On the leg side, just one man inside the 30-yard circle, and that's a square leg, which is right on the edge. So as far as milking those singles and twos, you've got the leg side, which is vastly open. So a huge gap there. And then between deep mid wicket and long on as well. I think that'll be an area Ranatunga will be targeting. That one tight on the stumps. Barrows starts the over off well. Now it will be interesting to see Ranatunga, does he go for that scoring, or does he go through that mid-wicket region? Because you've got no one back even at the boundary, so a huge open area there on the leg side. As that one's cut away, straight to point, and they'll come through for that single. That's good running once again. Continental, their running between the wickets has been amazing, not only in this game but in this tournament. As far as looking for those runs and that intent to just keep rotating strike. And with that single, Perius now, he's the man on strike, yet to get off the mark. And that'll continue. Just having a dab at that one. Doesn't connect on it. And this time that one, just a couple of bounces to mid off. Now that scoring rate, it has slowed down a bit. The end of the power play, the field's a bit more spread, not really looking for their shots as much as we see once we move into the middle overs. And this time just pulls out there. And that is signalled as a dead ball by the umpire. Pulled out quite late. I think he's pointing to something just straight around that long off region. Something may just have caught his eye there. And with that, Comets have taken the time to make a field change. They've pushed third man back. And they've brought deep mid-wicket up. So now you've got a mid-wicket and a square leg. Two fielders inside the ring on the leg side. And that one well wide. But you can see the plan from Barrows. Move third man back. Keep it on a good length. That 4th, 5th stump line. Just inside the tram line. That time goes a bit too wide though. Got his length. Just needs to pull his line in a bit. Now running in, that one on the pads, hit away on the offside. And long off, restricting it just for the single. So this Barrows over, it's been a pretty good one. Just the 4 runs from it till now, 1 delivery remaining. And that's through the offside, over the top, third man won't get there, and so a boundary to finish off. It was shaping up to be a pretty good over from Barrows. Ends off with a boundary, 8 coming from it, and at the end of 8, Continental Cricket Club 59 for 2. And it appears there's still one ball left and Barrows is over. So I think may just be a bit of a miscount, but Barrows now for the final ball of his second. That one cut away to point. Overthrows. No, square leg will back that up. And so now it'll be the end of Barrows is over. 8 overs done. Continental 59 for 2. And it appears Shoaib's side will be continuing. And why not? He bowled a top-notch over first up. Picked up a wicket. Conceded just a couple of runs. And so Shoaib's side here continuing. That's flied up first up over the top. On the offside, and that'll reach the boundary for a maximum off the bat of Senal Ranatunga, I believe that was. So Ranatunga continuing his charge here. Side's first over, 1 wicket, 1 run. It was brilliant. Now starts this one off with a maximum. So Ranatunga looking to go big, put the pressure on side, who's been bowling extremely well. This time that's cut away. Deep point is out there and keeps it to just a couple of runs. Or just a single actually. So with that, Perius on strike, who's hit that one for a maximum, I believe. Or is it a boundary? No, bounce just inside, but a boundary nonetheless. Off the bat of Prabuddha Perius. So Shoaib's side now under some pressure. Is this over? It's gone for 11. .14. His first over top notch. This one not as much. So he's got 2 deliveries left. Steps across. Well, that one's gone up in the air and it's gonna sail over the boundary. So Prabuddha Perius continues his charge here. A boundary followed by a maximum. And really putting pressure here on the young Shoaib side. This over, it's turning out to be a big one for Continental. 17 already coming from it. With 1 delivery still remaining. Perius races off. 15 off 7 he's on now. Final ball of side second. And that's just nudged away into the leg side. Square leg is there. And they'll come back for a couple of runs. So with that, the end of 9 overs. Continental 78 for 2. They're looking good now after that 19 run over. And now it appears some field changes being made by Faisal Khan, the captain there. He's got a deep point. Third man goes back. So now he's got a deep third man, a deep point. A regular point as well. Covers himself at extra covers. Now he's just moving a bit. Standing very close to that covers fielder there, who now moves back. So deep third, deep point, deep covers, a regular point, and irregular covers inside the ring. And you've got the long off on the offside. So 6 fielders on the offside, a 6-3 field here that they've opted with as Anik is brought into the attack for his first over. On his first delivery, a bit back of a length on the offside, that 5th stump line. And an attempted cut from Ranatunga, doesn't connect though. He was a bit frustrated after that. 32 off 18 he's on to. Perius at the other end, 17 off 8. So both these batsmen looking to up that run rate as they have done. But last over being a big one. Now here, looking to cut that away despite the fact you've got a point and a deep point. Oh, and he's got bat on that. Deep points there. Won't get to it though. Thank you.
Live stream?
Yeah. Senal Perius now, the man on strike. This one into the stump. Some tight bowling here from Anik. With that, the single taken, so brings Prabuddha Perius on strike. 17 off 8. He's played a pretty good cameo here. Three runs just coming from the first 3 deliveries. Perius, he'll want to up that. Tries to back away, cut it through the offside. Doesn't connect on it though. Anik runs in. Oh, and that's wrapped on the pads. Appeal. No. May not have hit him in line. That delivery. Inside edge as well, it seems. That has been given off the bat. So 1 delivery remaining in this over. It's gone for 4 till now. Oh, and that's cut away. Is it gonna beat the man at deep third? It will. And so a boundary to finish off. 8 runs coming from Anik's first, and at the end of 10, Continental 86 for 2. And the batsman just getting a drink there. 86 for 2. A reminder, this is an 18 over game. So we're more than halfway done with the first innings. 8 overs remain here in this Continental innings. They're just 2 wickets down. 10.5 and over will get them to that 150 mark. And I think 150 they'd be happy with. 86 for 2 right now. They're just about double that. You double that, you'll get much more. But I think 86 right now. So 8 and over exactly, actually, sorry. So 8 and over exactly will get them to 150. And I think they'll look for that 150 plus score. 150 plus, very competitive here. Comets, they've got an excellent side with the bat, some power hitters, some players who can bat through, a well-rounded side they are. So they'd want to get that 150 plus. More so trying to get to that 160 mark here. Was that one an outer edge? Flies away. Deep third man though. Just restricts it to the single. Gets Senal Ranatunga on strike. Naveed, the new bowler, his first two went for 10. So he's been economical today. Naveed Noori. And he'll be bowling to Ranatunga, 39 off 21. Ranatunga has played a really good hand here. Some changes are made to the field. Deep covers brought in, deep point. Move to more so a deep cover point. And the man at covers moved onto the leg side to a short mid wicket. There's that one, the batsman just steps outside the leg stump and hits it through the offside just for the single. Oh, that's a full toss outside off. He's missed out on that one. More so really a wide Yorker even, you could say. I don't think Naveed was entirely aiming for that. Didn't seem like that. It was a full toss. Maybe he's just going for the wide Yorker. You see, he doesn't have a deep third man, so it would be interesting if he's trying to go for that wide Yorker. That's why I think it may just have slipped out of his hand there, that delivery. Steps across this time, the batsman. And seeing that Naveed adjusted, bowls on a good length on that off stump. And I don't think Perius was expecting that. So now having a look at the five fielders, they have got a deep third man now. A deep third man, deep covers, long off, long on, deep mid wicket. The five outside the ring. Oh, this time bounced into his waist on leg stump. And the keeper and deep third man both chasing after that because there's no one in the ring there besides that short mid wicket on the leg side. And at the boundary you've got a deep mid wicket. So with that, it was those fielders chasing after, and they'll come back for 3 with that. So that's really well run. Yes, there was no fielder there, but despite that, that's really well run from these two. I think that's the first 3 we've seen today. And this time through the offside. And that's going to run away to the boundary for 4. So boundary now off the bat of Senal Ranatunga, end of the 11th over. 9 runs coming from it. And at the end of 11, 95 for 2. Going at 8.64 and over Continental. I think they'd be pretty happy at this stage with a good partnership building. Speaking of the good partnership building here, 45 of 29 that partnership's at. Senal Ranatunga, he is on 44 of 23, 5 boundaries, 2 maximums. Prabuddha Perius, 22 of 14, 2 boundaries, 1 maximum. This is a good little partnership building here. It's already gotten to 45 from just 29 deliveries. So this has really been a good one for a Continental. As Anik here continues, his first went for 8. Bowling to Perius. Short one down the leg side. I've seen some short stuff here. The last over, saw a couple of short deliveries trying to cramp the batsman up for room. I think Anik was trying to do the same thing here. Doesn't have a deep square leg in place, nor a deep mid wicket now. He's got a long on, long off, deep covers, deep point, and deep third man. The 5 outside the ring. Gonna swing and a miss on that one. So interesting that first delivery was short, because he's got no protection out in the deep. So maybe just a bit of a bluff here from Anik to start off. And then he goes for that outside off line. And he's got a perfect field for that. Got a point in covers inside the circle as well. More for an extra covers really. As that one's just guided through gently to third man by Perius. Senal Ranatunga now on strike, 44 he's on, 1 away from 50. Oh, and he's got his stumps, there we go. The partnership is broken, Anik strikes. Was just saying Senal Ranatunga, 6 away from 50. And commentator's curse you could call that, but he'll have to walk off. And so Ranatunga, he goes for a really well made 44. An amazing innings from him. And Continental, they're 3 down now. So Comets pick up another wicket. 97 for 3 Continental. Midway through the 12th. And they've broken this partnership at a really important time. It was building up to look extremely dangerous, especially as we move towards the death overs. And crucial breaking that one. Anik, the man who has struck. And with that, Prince Haputantiri walks out to bat, joining Prabuddha Perius. With 3 balls remaining here in this 12th over. After this 6 still remaining. So 39 deliveries still remain in this innings. That wicket, a big one here. Right when Continental would have wanted to accelerate, maybe in an over or 2, but Anik has struck, pushed their plans back a bit, you could say. There's now a new batsman's there. He'll have to take some time to settle in, as they'll come back for the second. That's good running. And with that, Prince off the mark. Number 17 on his jersey. Anik now, what's he got? Oh, and that's on the stumps. An excellent delivery, wrapped on the pads. Not out, says the umpire, and that'll run away to the boundary for 4 as well. And I think that was signalled. Yeah, leg buys there. May have just been a bit high. Also may have not hit him in line. May have hit him outside the off stump, because it's the ball, it's got to hit the batsman when the batsman is right in front of the stumps. And I think that could have been a question for the umpire. So with that, a boundary there. Won't go to Prince, it'll be leg buys, but a boundary nonetheless. 4 runs nonetheless. And with that, the 100 also coming up for Continental. finishes us over off with a short delivery. The bouncer to finish. The end of 12, Continental 103 for 3 with 6 overs remaining here in their innings. Or does he still have a delivery left? It seems he still has one ball remaining here. Yep, that one has been signalled a wide, so over the head. And with that 104 for 3, our Continental. Not much happening there off that last delivery, just defended by Prince, and so that'll be the end of 12 overs. Now Continental 104 for 3. Oh, and this time driven through the covers. Won't get to the boundary. Deep covers. Runs in. I think they'll get back for a couple of runs. That's really well run. Mohammad Behrouz, the new bowler, into the attack. They take 2 off them. First ball. Behrouz, his first 2 went for 13. And that's gone up in the air. The bowler himself, no, doesn't get to it. He may just have misjudged that a bit. Stopped a bit early. And so Prince survives for now. Or Prabuddha, actually. Prabuddha Perius, he survives for now. The set batsman, 26 of 18. But Prince, he'll be the man on strike now. 3 deliveries he's faced, scores 2 runs. Oh, and there he goes for the big shot. No one back on the leg side. And that'll be a maximum. Or a boundary, actually, that is. 1 bounce into the ropes. And Prince there. His first boundary of the evening. That one on the stumps. A bit full. Just flick that one over the top. No one back on the leg side besides the long on. Even inside the ring, all you've got is a mid-wicket, who's on the edge of the ring. And now that fielder at mid-wicket moves back. So now you've got a deep mid-wicket and a long on. And no one inside the ring on the leg side. So definitely an opportunity to get singles and twos. But Prince, he'll get that single through the offside. Because there's deep third man back, just run it down. So Perius now. That's gone up in the air. And it won't reach the boundary. The man there from long off comes around. And they'll come back for a couple of runs. So 1 delivery remains now in this 13th over. It's been a bit expensive. Gone for 10, as that's a full toss. Whipped away on the leg side. And deep mid-wicket restricts it to the single. So with that, Prabuddha Perius retains strike. And the end of 13, Continental 115 for 3. A bit of a drinks break here for the batsmen. The fielding side, Comets, just thinking how they want to go about this. now. Now Wahab side back into the attack. His first over was the first of the innings. Went for 6. Yet to pick up a wicket here, and he'll be bowling to Prabuddha. Pierce, that one. Hit to covers. So Perius now moves to 30 from 21. Oh, and a swing and a miss there. Just trying to cut it away. Find that gap between third man and point inside the ring. Not able to do so this time though. He goes aerial. And that one's running away. Deep point. Can he cut it off? Yes, he can. That's well fielded. That's an excellent effort in the deep. They'll come back for a couple of runs. So safe 2 runs for this side. Wahab side now, just making a couple of changes in his field. Points moved in a bit, deep point. But that one swept through the leg side. Deep mid wicket, races in. But they'll comfortably come back for another couple of runs. Having a look on the offside though. What's a packed field they've got. 4 men inside the ring. Or 3 men inside the ring now. 3 outside, 6 fielders there on the offside. A 6-3 split they've gone with. Because that's a top edge. Just running down to third man. And on the leg side we have a look at their 2 fielders. Long on and deep mid wicket. So no one inside the ring. With the final ball of sides over coming up. On a misfield there at covers, which will allow them to come back for another run. Oh, and they'll come back for another overthrow. Run out chance. No, he'll make it in the end. Directed, and he wasn't even in the frame. So they'll come back for 3 there. What should have just been a single. They pick up 3 from it. The end of side's over. 9 coming from that, and after 14, Continental 124 for 3 now, with 4 overs remaining. So 4 overs remaining here. Another 26 runs would get them to 150. And I think they'll be aiming for a lot more than that. .5 and over. It gets them up to 160. .5 and over, and they'll find that 170 mark. I think they'll be aiming for 165-ish though. I think they'll be happy with that from this stage. 4 overs, 41 runs. You go at 10 and over. I think that's what Continental would think would be ideal, but Comets, they're an excellent bowling side, especially here in the death. As Naveed comes in for his final over. Oh, and that's gone up in the air, straight to the man. So there's the wicket. Naveed has struck, picks up his first wicket of the evening. And Prabuddha Perius has to go. Goes for a well-made 33 from 23 deliveries. And Comets, they have picked up a wicket here. Right at the beginning of these death overs, you could say. Perry is in bit of double minds there. Does he go over the top? Does he just hit a ground shot, drive it through the covers? And he's done a bit of both, which is not what you want to do as a batsman. Hits it straight to the man. That covers one of the simplest catches you could see in the game of cricket. And with that, Perry's innings comes to an end. Comets, they pick up their 4th wicket. And so now the new batsman, Samit Samarakun, joins Prince Hapu Thantiri out in the middle. And Samit, he'll be the man on strike. Oh, and a swing and a miss to start off from him. Going for that drive. Now both covers and point, a few steps in from the edge of the circle, aren't completely back. And I think with that, a reason for that could be that they've got 4 fielders out in the deep. So those fielders inside the ring, they can be a bit more aggressive. Deep mid-wicket, it appears, has been moved to a very squarish fine leg. Almost a short long leg to say. And then you've got a wide long on. The only 2 fielders on the leg side. So a huge gap there between those two, with no one inside the ring or outside. So Naveed, with his line, he'll really have to bowl spot on that outside off line, 5th stump area, because he goes on the stumps and he will get it for runs. This time through the offside. Deep covers keeping it just to the single. Oh no, overthrows. No, they'll get through. They'll decide against it and just stay for the single. Naveed, this has been an excellent over from him though. Picked up a wicket off his first delivery and he's just conceded the 1 run. With the final ball coming up from his spell. Bowling to Prince here. And that's a short ball to end off an outside edge. And that'll be a wicket. So finishes the over off with a wicket. He started it with a wicket, finishes it with a wicket. And that'll be the end of Prince. The 5th wicket down now for Continental Cricket Club. Comets, they pick up 2 wickets in that over. A double wicket over from Naveed, concedes just the 1 run. What an over that was. And the end of an excellent spell from him. 2 for 20 in his 4 overs. Economical, picked up 2 wickets. And right before these death overs here, he's put the Comets in a good spot. They've got Continental at 125 for 5, with 3 overs remaining in this innings. And 2 fairly new batsmen. Samit at one end, 1 off 4. Joining him now, Rashi Fernando, yet to face his first delivery. But for now, it'll be Samit, as that was the last delivery of the over. So the batsman did switch. Anikia continuing his first 2, 1 for 13, so he's been good today. Starts off with a dot. Oh, and that's a top edge. Falls short of the fielder. Leading edge really to say. It was just trying to tuck it away. Played at it a bit too early. Did Summit. But he'll still get the single for that. And with that, it'll be Rashi Fernando on strike now. Facing his first delivery, and he really doesn't have much time to settle in. There's 16 deliveries remaining in this innings. Backs away there, tries to carve that through the offside. Not getting in line with that ball. Now Fernando, his side, they're 5 down. He comes in, 15 more balls remaining now. So it'll be interesting how he goes about this. He'll have to start hitting very soon. As Anik runs in. Oh, and a swing and a miss there. Once again, trying to go for that big shot through the leg side. There's no one out in the deep besides the long on. And so you get it over the infield. And that will be runs all day. And even in the infield, there's just a square leg to say, a very fine square leg. So a huge gap there on the leg side, which I think Fernando was aiming for. Doesn't connect on that occasion. This time gets an inside edge. Keeper doesn't collect it cleanly, and they'll come through for that single. With that, Fernando off the mark. And now Summit on strike here to face the final delivery of Anik's third over. Just the 2 runs have come from this over till now. On this time short, that's ramped over. Deep third man though. Keeping it just to the single to finish off. So with that single, Summit, he'll retain strike, the end of 16. And Continental 128 for 5. Now Wahab side here, bowling the penultimate over. He's bowled some tough overs in this innings. Bowled the first, bowled the 15th, and now in here to bowl the 17th over. 2 overs for 15. He's done pretty well. Yet to pick up a wicket though. Bowling to Summit now. First ball of the penultimate. Oh, and that's an inside edge. Beats the keeper, running away to the boundary. And it'll stop before the fielder there from third man runs in. And they'll get 3 for that. There was no one there in the deep. No longer that fine leg inside the ring. That has been moved to a short mid wicket, as that one's gone up in the air. Long on, runs around, gets underneath it. Oh no. Doesn't get to it in time though. Doesn't get to it in time. Did run in covered quite some distance. Put a hand out there, unable to fully stabilize himself underneath the ball. And so picking up a couple of runs for that is Rashi Fernando. Oh, and that one's cut away. Deep point, runs to it. Gets the throw in, and another couple of runs they'll pick up. So just through those 2s and 3s, they've picked up 7 runs already from the first 3 deliveries of this 17th over. And that one straight to short mid-wicket. Chance of a run out. Think they've got it, have they? Wait for the umpire's call. Not out, says the umpire. Or is he gone? We'll have to look at that. I think he's gone there, is he? Grabbing his gloves. The Comets are celebrating and he's walking off. So there's the wicket. The sixth one down now. It's Samit who'll have to go. Looking for that quick single. That ball went straight to short mid-wicket. There was no getting a run on that. So with that, a wicket falling now, and Ishan Fernando will be the new batsman. So Ishan Fernando joins Rashi Fernando out in the middle. With one delivery remaining here in the penultimate over, the 17th over. Wahab Syed. He's bowled well till now. He finished it off well though. Oh, and that's gone up in the air. It will fall in no man's land. As that throw comes in. It appears there's still one ball remaining in this over. Wahab Syed now for his final one. And that's driven down the ground. Just for the single. And with that, it'll be the end of 17 overs. Continental 139 for 6 now, with 1 over remaining in their innings. Now some changes being made in the field. Deep square legs moving up to come inside the ring. On the offside you can see third man there, deep third man, deep point, deep covers, and then you've got a long off and a long on being that fifth fielder outside the ring. And just backs away there. Swing and a miss. Anik, his final over. He's bowled really well. He's bowled in the death overs here. Just 1 for 16 in his first 3. His economy less than 6. He's picked up a wicket as well. So Anik, he has been brilliant here. And he's still got 5 deliveries remaining. The final over of the innings. That responsibility given to him, as that one is gone up over the offside. Deep covers, runs around. That's really well done. But comfortably coming back for a couple of runs here of the 2 batsmen. And with that, Ishan Fernando, he'll get off the mark. Run a ball 2 is on now with those couple of runs. Rashi Fernando, the runner at the other end. This time backs away. Hits that one down the ground. Long off. They want another 2 runs. And they'll get it. Are they going to go for overthrows? Yes, they are. Directed. No. More runs. Nah, this time they've got the backup right. I think that's the Lalzia there. Up 3 runs for that. So that is extremely well run. The running between the wickets has been amazing from Continental today. They may not have hit a ton of boundaries and maximums, but just running between the wickets have already gone to a 144, and with that, the 7th wicket falls. Anik strikes once again, picks up his 2nd wicket. Continue to go on the stumps. This time, Rashi Fernando backing away, trying to get it through the offside, but he perishes. So the 7th wicket down now. 144 for 7 with 2 deliveries remaining. Samira Vikram Surya, the new batsman to come out. And he's just got 2 deliveries remaining in this innings now. So Vikram Surya, he's just gonna have to go for it now. Just look to swing at everything. Just the 2 deliveries remain. 6 runs away from 150 are Continental. And that's it down the ground. It was aerial for some time. The outstretched hand of Anik not able to get to it. Now the final ball of the innings coming up. 145 for 7 they're at. Ishan Fernando on strike, who's on 5 off 3. 5 away are the Continental Cricket Club from hitting that 150 mark. Can they get it? Ishan Fernando, the man on strike. Anik runs in. Final delivery of the first innings coming up. And that's smacked down the ground. They've got the single coming back for the second. And do they want a third? No, they're going to decide against it. And so that'll be the end of the Continental innings. 147 for 7 they end at in their 18 overs. An excellent score here, going at just under 8.2 and over, which means Comets Cricket Club will need 148 to win from their 120 deliveries, and that should be a really entertaining chase. Continental have got some excellent bowlers. Comets, one of the undefeated teams in this tournament. This entire summer they've done extremely well, especially here at this ground. Don't think they've lost a single game at this ground this summer. So that second innings, it is going to be very entertaining. Join us for that in just a bit. As Comets Cricket Club attempt to chase down 148, keep their winning streak here in this tournament. And that should be a good chase. Join us in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the second innings of this game between the Continental Cricket Club and the Comets Cricket Club. Continental winning the toss, deciding to bat first, made 147 for 7 in their 18 overs. And now the Comets Cricket Club there, you can see both their openers needing 148 to win. And their openers, Wahab Syed, the man on strike, and Faisal Khan, who's at the non-striker's end. And opening the bowling for Continental is Shehan Pereira. So he runs in now. First ball of the chase. And that's a good delivery first up. Bit back of a good length on the body. And with that, Comets, they'll be up and running. A single taken. Wahab Syed off the mark as well. And this is a right-left combination, similar to what Continental employed as well, that right-left combination. And just some similarities here. Shehan Pereira, open the batting and the bowling. Wahab Syed, open the batting and the bowling. So just some similarities you can see now in both the innings. As Pereira continues, left arm over to Faisal Khan, who's cut that away over the top. And that'll be runs first up to deep third man. We'll take a single for that, gets off the mark. So both the openers now off the mark. Syed getting back on strike. See a 6-3 offside heavy field here. And that one on the stumps. Just guided through the offside. Shehan Pereira bowling quick here. Cramping Wahab Syed up for room. We've seen that on both the deliveries. And with that, Faisal Khan back on strike.
Comets versus Continental. Faisal Khan on strike.
And just leaves that one alone, angling across from him. Comets Cricket Club here, 145 they need. This of course is a reduced overs game, just 18 overs aside due to a delayed start. It's Faisal Khan there going for the cut. That ball staying a bit low. Just inside the tram line though. So not signalled wide by the umpire. Final ball of the first over coming up now. And that one's just guided down to slip. Oh, hits him straight on the pads. There, that throw coming in. Very much unnecessary from first slip at the end of the first over nonetheless. And Comets 3 for no loss. Samira coming in from the other end, opening the bowling here. He'll be bowling to Wahab's side, who just guides that away, but straight to point. So a dot to start his spell off. Oh, that's gone over the top, and a one bounce to deep third man. Now we've seen quite a bit of bowling here, a bit short, back of a good length from both these bowlers. Samira now, Pereira in the previous over. And that's pulled away into the leg side, over the infield. And mid-wicket from inside the circle, he'll chase after it. Keeps it to just a couple of runs. And this time that was in the air for a while. Not getting that off the middle, trying to get it down the ground. Mid-on is a bit wide. Doesn't quite get the connection he would have liked though. Slip has been taken off. Move to backward point. We've got a deep third man in place as well. Packed field there on the offside. Goes short, doesn't get the pull, Faisal Khan, but having a look at that offside field, you've got a cover point really, a point, backward point, and a deep third man. So 4 fielders there, close to each other on the offside. And that'll be a tough gap to pierce. And the Continental side, they're appealing. I think they may be appealing for handling the ball here. But some drama to finish off there. So at the end of 2 overs, 6 for no loss. Or a Comets Cricket Club after another 3-run over. Shehan Pereira here continuing his first over, went for just 3. Bowling to Wahab's side here. And that's short. Signalled wide by the umpire, the first extras of the innings. Comes in the form of a wide. This time we're just fishing for that one outside off. Not getting the connection as that one just flies through to the keeper. Oh, that's hit him on the pads. Think there were two noises on that. It did seem a bit high as well. Looked to hit that through the leg side. Did Wahab side. And that's been driven down the ground to mid-off. He'll come through for the single. And it'll get Faisal Khan back on strike. Pereira, he's gone for two off his first three deliveries. That one's gone up in the air. Mid-on coming around underneath it, and the catch is taken. So the first wicket falls. Faisal Khan will have to go, and Shehan Pereira has struck. Comets lose one early here, 8 for 1. Midway through the third, Faisal Khan looking to up that run rate. But he perishes in the process. And the Continental Cricket Club side, they'll celebrate that. They pick up their first wicket here in the innings. And it's a big one. Faisal Khan, the experienced Faisal Khan, he'll have to go. And so joining Wahab's side out in the middle now, Talal Zia, the new batsman, he walks out. So a wicket finally falling now for the Comets. Continental, they'd be happy with that. 8 for 1 midway through the third. Going at just 3 and over at the moment. And that required rate's over 9 now. Oh, and that's an excellent delivery. Angling him back in, swinging away Wahab Syed. Tried to just add a poke at it. But that is absolutely brilliant here. Shehan Pereira. What a ball. And that's played through the leg side. Mid-wicket. Bit of a fumble. Won't cost the Continental side anything, as the two batsmen just settle for the single to finish off the third. 9 for 1. Or the Comets Cricket Club. Here we go now. Time for some spin. The first bowling change. And Wahab side there. Trying to hit that one through the offside. Not really getting in line with the ball. Well, it seems it's actually Samira continuing. But Wahab side here. Trying to go at that one. It is a packed offside field. It'll be hard to pierce that gap. And he's done so on that occasion. That'll be the first boundary of the innings. Off the bat of Wahab's side. Much needed from a Comets perspective here. They were going at less than 3 and over. That boundary will certainly help. Saw the delivery a bit full, angling back in. And just carved it through the offside. Found that gap really well. It was a small gap there near covers. Because you've got a backward point. Point well inside the circle. Covers, extra covers. Mid-off. Who's very wide. We can have a look at that there. So a very tough gap to pierce. But Wahab's side, he's done really well. Oh, this time a swing and a miss well outside the tram line as signalled by the umpire. Wide there. So you'll have to re-bowl that one. Comets, they won't mind that extra run. They're going to need to get every run they can here. It has been a slow start. You want to maximize the power play. Comets haven't really been able to do that as of yet. And that's an outside edge up in the air. Deep third man though will cover it. And the single will mean Talal Zia gets on strike to face his first delivery. He's been watching Wahab's side for the last few. Now he himself gets on strike. And once again, the right-left combination here employed by the Comets. With Talal Zia in at 3, and so you can see all those fielders run across. As those fielding changes have to be made. Every time strike changes, the bowler having to change his lines. So Talal Zia now facing his first delivery. As Samira runs in. And that's short, pulled away. And he'll start off with a boundary. First ball to get off the mark. What a way, Talal Zia. Saw the ball short on the body, pulled it away effortlessly. And no one out there in the deep. So he picks up a boundary. 10 runs already coming off this over. 2 deliveries still remaining. This is exactly what the Comets wanted. Getting that required rate back under control. It's at 9 now exactly. Two deliveries remain in this over now. And that's cut away through the offside, straight to point though. So just the dot ball. So it's gone for 10, 1 delivery remains. Talal Zia the man to face it. And there you can see Talal Zia just pulling away as the bowler was running in. Not quite ready. Oh, and that'll be a dot to finish off. Right back to the bowler. That one's defended. And at the end of 4 overs, Comets 19 for 1.
19 for 1?
Yeah. Shehan Pereira now continuing his first two, 1 for 6. That one way down the leg side. Would have been a really good delivery for the right-hander. But that was Wahab Syed on strike, the left-hander. Now he's got the right-hander, Talal Zia. And he's going to want to bowl that exact same delivery. That would have been a really good delivery to the right-hander. Keeping it that fifth stump line. A bit full. But that's the line he would have wanted to go. Shehan Pereira. Two batsmen did pick up a single off of that, as the diving wicketkeeper wasn't able to get to it. And so now Talal Zia on strike. Continuing angling it across, Shehan Pereira, left arm over. And a swing and a miss there. Fishing for that one. A couple of fielders just switched there on the offside. Point and backward point as Shehan Pereira runs in. Oh, that's a wide Yorker, a bit too wide though. Not getting his line right there. He got his length extremely well. That wide Yorker he's trying to go for. He's got the deep third man. If Zia decides to run that down to that fielder. Oh, Shehan Pereira. And that one's guided straight to the fielder. Chance of a run out. No. He'll come through for the single. That's good running between these two. And that'll get Wahab Syed back on strike. Already picked up 4 runs from the first 2 deliveries. Would like to get 8-9 runs every over, and they're on par to do that in this one. Oh, that one cramping side up. Wasn't expecting that pace, wasn't expecting that bounce either. Swung back in as well. All sorts of things going on. Side though does well to defend it out. Oh, that's gone up in the air. Fielder coming around underneath it. Oh, put down. Put down. That should have been taken there. The edge of the 30-yard circle at quite the time underneath it. But I think he may just have lost it in the lights. Always tough at taking catches under lights. I think that may just have been the problem for that fielder. And straight up in the air did that ball. But not able to settle around underneath it. And so Wahab Syed survives for the time being. We'll get a single as well added to his name. Moves up to 11. Zia on strike though at the moment. And that's driven through the offside. Straight to mid-off though. Which means there's now just 1 delivery remaining in this over. Pereira runs in the final ball of his third. And that's just kept outside off. Oh, signal to wide. And I think that is a really good decision. It was just wide of the tram line. And so he'll have to re-bowl that one. Not the last of Pereira's. Now this is most probably going to be the last. Here we go, Pereira now. Yep, just keeps it on the stumps. And a single to finish off the fifth. 26 for 1 of the Comets. Requiring another 122 to win from 13 overs, and that required rate up to nearly 9.4 now. So things just getting tougher for them by the delivery, by the over. Now Prince is introduced into the attack. The first bowling change here. He'll be bowling the final over of the power play. With the field restrictions, just the 2 men allowed outside the 30-yard circle, and that's a deep third man and a deep mid-wicket for Continental. Also the first time we'll see spin in this innings. No, will we? That's pace. Prince here. The pace at a finish off. Now Prince coming in. Right arm around the wicket. That's gone through the keeper. And they'll come through for that single. So right arm around the wicket for the left-hander. Changing that angle up. Based on the player who's on strike. The right-hander or the left-hander. Now with that single taken, he'll come back over the wicket. And that's it down the ground. Past the bowler, mid-off though. Keeps it to just a single. So this over, they've picked up 4 runs till now. Off the first 2 deliveries. Oh, this time that's hit him on the stumps. Now going down leg. Hit him on the pads there. Height was a question. Hitting the stumps was going down leg though, according to the umpire. That was also a big question there. Just a bit of a half appeal. Because that's full driven to mid-off. These batsmen just coming through with those singles. The occasional 2 that's not going to get them home. And in the power play, you want to try and maximize the power play. They're going at less than 5.5 an over. Not what they would have really wanted when you're chasing a somewhat big total here. Nearly 115, 18 overs. Not the easiest of tasks. Oh, that one's driven down the ground. May have hit the batsman on the pad, but it doesn't matter. Because that'll be a boundary. We were just talking about how they need to up that scoring rate, and that's exactly what Talal Zia has done. A beautiful shot there. Hit down the ground. Straight through the non-striker Wahab side. No one there in the deep. Mid-on didn't have a chance. And so a boundary to the name of Talal Zia. Comets, they'd be really happy with that. Much needed for them. Final ball of the power play. That's it down the ground. And that will be a maximum. So a 4 and a 6 to finish the power play off. There's the big hits you needed. 10 runs coming from those last 2 deliveries. That over going for 15 from the last over of the power play. And so at the end of 6, Comets Cricket Club 41 for 1, and that required rate now back under 9 as they need another 107 from 12 overs. Samit now brought into the attack. Coming in, a right arm over the wicket, angling it across from Wahab Syed. The second bowling change, the 4th bowler to be introduced. And he comes in right at the end of the power play. Power play done. The field is a bit more spread as that one's gone up in the air and running away. Won't quite reach the boundary as the fielder from third man makes his way around. But the batsman will come back for a couple of runs. Oh, and this time that's just pulled away. Oh, it beats the fielder there. And that's running away. Won't carry to the boundary. And the fielder there runs back to get to it, and they'll come back for another couple of runs. And that's just guided through to point. Just come through for the single now. Field is a bit more spread. You no longer have a ton of fielders inside the ring, because 5 fielders are now allowed outside the 30-yard circle. And as far as Continental are concerned, they've got a deep third man, deep covers, long off, long on, and a deep mid-wicket. There are 5 fielders. And now deep cover has come up. So they've got a point cover and an extra cover inside the ring. And that one's going to be pulled away on the leg side, running away to the boundary, and that'll be 4. Off the bat of Talal Zia, who races away now to 22 from just 12 deliveries. So looking to up the scoring rate. And with that boundary, he's brought up the 50 as well for the Comets Cricket Club. 50 for 1 in 6.5 overs. And just for some comparison, 50 for 1 and 6.5 are the Comets. 50 for 1 is the score that Continental had at the end of 6 overs. So just 5 balls behind. At this stage, the end of 7 overs, as they've come back for a couple of runs there, or they're going to come back for an overthrow. They picked up 3. They want the 4th. Yes, they do. Oh, that's sloppy work. That is sloppy work there from Continental. And so they got a boundary. And now they've run for 8 runs from those last 2 deliveries. And so 13 coming from that over. 54 for 1 are Continental or Comets after 7. Sorry. So 54 for 1 are Comets after 7. Just for some comparison, after 7 overs, since Continental were a 51 for 2. So Comets, they're 3 runs ahead and they've lost 1 less wicket. So at this stage, just purely looking at the score, Comets, they are ahead. May not have gotten off to the best of starts, but they are ahead at this stage. So that last over going for 13 there. They picked up 28 runs from the last 2 overs. A 15 run over followed by a 13 run over. All of a sudden, they need just over 8.5 and over here for these last 11. Which will still be tough, but very much possible for the Comets. As Ishan Fernando is introduced into the attack, bowling to Wahab Syed. So time for some spin here. Left arm over the wicket. That's cut away straight to the fielder. With that Tadal Zia on strike, it'll be interesting to see if Fernando continues, sticks left arm over the wicket, or he goes left arm around. It appears he is going to go left arm around. So he goes left arm around now to the right-handed batsman, angling it back into him. That's just a bit of a fumble there, but no damage done. They'll still get through for that single, no more, no less. Oh, and that's wrapped him on the pads. Appeal, and the finger goes up. There's the wicket. Wahab Syed has to go. So both the openers back in the hut now. Ishan Fernando strikes off just his third delivery of the evening. And Continental Cricket Club, they have picked up a wicket. Very much needed for them. This partnership was looking dangerous. 28 they'd made from the last 2 overs. Besides that, even they were looking really good. And Continental, they have struck at the right time. Looking to go big, looking to reduce that required rate. Wahab Syed, he will have to go. So Comets losing a wicket here at a crucial point in time. Talal Zia still out there though. 27 off 14 he's on. What a cameo he's played. 4 boundaries and a maximum. Joining him now, Anis Rahman comes in 2 down at number 4 with 92 needed from 10.5 overs. It will be Talal Zia on strike though for the time being, as that one's just hit away through the offside for the single. Was that Anis? That was actually Anis Rahman, the man on strike. And so with that, he'll get off the mark. And Talal Zia, now we see Talal Zia on strike. He tries to hit that away through the leg side, doesn't get it off the middle. Will just be a dot ball. This has been a really good over from Ishan Fernando. 3 runs and the wicket. And the final ball of the over just defended out. So the first over from Ishan Fernando goes for just the 3 runs, and he picks up a wicket at the end of 8. Comets Cricket Club 57 for 2. So with exactly 10 overs remaining, Comets Cricket Club require 91, exactly 9.1 an over they need now. Currently going at 7.1. So they're going to have to up that scoring rate. Eventually, they've still got the batting to come. As that one's hit away into the leg side. That's running away, doesn't have the legs. Well, the man at square leg chases after it. Going back to the point, Comets, they've still got the batting to come. With the likes of Ehsan Reshad still there. Bilal Rizwan. Anik Akram. So quite the batting still to come there for Comets, but that required rate, it is rising. This time tries to cut it away, doesn't connect. But having a look at this, really, that required rate, it's stayed around 9, between 8 and 10 really, 8 and 9.5 for the entirety, or for a big portion of this Comets innings. So while it has been rising for some time, they have been able to make those runs back, have Comets, so they haven't really had that required rate go completely out of control at any point in this game. Maybe in the initial few overs they weren't looking too good, but after that they really haven't had that required rate go out of control in this game. And so that's good to see here as Talal Zia is on strike. Prabuddha, the new bowler, 3 runs he's conceded off his first 3 deliveries. Of his first 4 now with that dot ball. 2 deliveries still remain in his over. Oh, that's just defended right back. Keeper will get it. And that's cut away straight to covers. A bit of a misfield. And so we'll get through for that single to end off the 9th over at the halfway mark in the innings. Comets Cricket Club are 61 for 2, requiring another 87 to win from their remaining 9 overs. Oh, that's it right back. It was aerial for a while. Long off comes around, restricts it to just a single. Hit by Talal Zia, that shot is Sean Fernando. Continuing. 1 for 3 in his first over. What an over that was. Picked up the wicket of Wahab side. Now back bowling to Anis. That's it on the pads. Nah, it's going over the stumps. It's going well over. Tries to open up Anis there, it through the leg side. Only 2 fielders in the deep on the leg side. You've got a long on and deep mid wicket. In the circle, you've got a mid wicket and a really fine square leg. As he hits that one down the ground. Long on will come around, restricts it to just the single. And with that, the required rate, I think, is now gone over 10. Just wait a second for that. Yep, it's gone to exactly 10 actually. 85 needed in 8.3 overs. So exactly 10 and over that required rate now. Oh, and he's hit that down the ground. On the bounce to the field at long off, and so just another single. Ishan Fernando, this is amazing bowling from him. And that's it through the offside. There's a man in the deep. I think they'll come back for a couple of runs there. It's good running, comfortably making it back. Oh, he's got a hold of that one. It's gone up and one bounce into the ropes for 4. So a boundary there to finish off Ishan Fernando's over. It was looking to be such a good over. Was going for just the 5 with that boundary. It goes for 9. And Anis there picking up a boundary at the end of 10 now. Comets 70 for 2, requiring another 78 to win from the remaining 8 overs. And that's hit through the leg side. And that'll run away for another boundary. This time off the bat at the Lal Zia. So back-to-back boundaries. One to finish off an over, one to start one. Those are the 2 worst deliveries you can hit a boundary on as far as the fielding side is concerned. You hit a boundary off the first ball and over, the bowler will always be under pressure for the next 5. You hit a boundary off the last ball of an over and it's that like sour taste you're ending the over off with. The batsman, the momentum really starts with them then. And that's how you finish the over off. So the 2 worst deliveries to hit a boundary off of, as far as the bowling side is concerned, those are the 2 deliveries that Comets have put away. So pressure on the bowler now. Prabodha, what's he got? The Lal Zia, the man on strike. And that's cut away through the offside, past point. There is a man in the deep though. So he'll keep it to just a single. Getting Anis Rahman on strike. So 73 needed from 7.4 overs. Just over 9.5 that required rate. Oh, and a swing and a miss there. Trying to cut it away and a late call for a wide. There's quite the bounce on that delivery just outside the tram line. Signalled by the umpire. Now steps across, beats everyone. And that has been signalled wide by the umpire once again. Beat the keeper as well. And they'll come back for a couple of runs on that. So 4 runs now. 2 for the wides for the last 2 deliveries, and now 2 that they just ran off those wides. So 4 runs, kind of free runs to say, from a Comets perspective. They'll take that with both hands. That one's been cut away. Deep points there. Will he get to it? No, he doesn't. So a boundary. 8 runs have come off the last legal delivery. And this over has already gone for 13 runs. 13 runs from the first 3 deliveries of this over, and that required rate has now fell to 8.67. This is the big over that Comets Cricket Club would have wanted. Going into the death overs, really lower that required rate. Get it under control, get some pressure off their finishers and off these 2 batsmen as well, and that's exactly what they're doing. And that one's just guided away Backward point. Now 2 deliveries remain. That's gone up in the air. Over the offside. There's a long off in place, but it doesn't matter, because that'll be 1 bounce into the ropes for 4. Off the bat of Talal Zia. So the runs continue to come in this over now, with yet another boundary. This over's gone for 18, with 1 delivery still remaining. What an over this is turning out to be here. Talal Zia and Anis Rahman taking the bowling on exactly as they should. Final ball of the over coming up. Prabuddha, what's he got? Goes wide, is back into him. Turning back into him, that delivery. Oh, and a misfield at deep mid wicket. Ran to his right, seemed to slow down to pick that delivery up. Not the best of efforts. And a boundary to finish the over off. A massive over. 22 coming from it. And at the end of 11, Comets Cricket Club find themselves at 92 for 2. Requiring 56 from 7 overs. 8 and over that required run rate exactly. Don't think we've seen it that low for quite some time. So Comets, they've got that big over they wanted. That 20 run over. 20 plus run over that one's turned out to be. And that'll definitely ease some pressure off. They've got the batting to come. These two are looking really good. Talal Zia 43 off 25. Anis 16 off 10. And it'll be Anis on strike. Shehan Pereira now. That one's got away. And straight to the man. There's the wicket. The Continental Cricket Club celebrate as they have broken this partnership. Anis Rahman has to go. And just as Comets, they had accelerated, just as they were looking to take this game away from Continental, they fight back. They've picked up a wicket. They've broken the partnership. And wickets do mean one thing in cricket. The run rate will inevitably slow down. It's very tough for a new batsman to come in, strike. Good shots from ball 1. And so that run rate will slow down a bit. The required run rate will rise a bit. That's exactly what Continental would have wanted. As far as the Comets are concerned, it's Shoaib Syed who's come out to bat. Joins Talal Zia. Shoaib Syed bowled well earlier today. Now coming in with the bat, facing Shehan Pereira, who's just picked up a wicket. Oh, and this time, a bit of a late leave, you could say, on that one. Was going at it, but just trying to drive it through the offside. Not getting bad on it though. And some good carry to the keeper. And that one's just defended on the offside. As they come through for a single with that Shoaib Syed, he'll be off the mark. And Talal Zia, he gets back on strike. And that's just on the pads. Just defended there by Talal Zia. Now there's going to be 6 overs remaining after this one. This is Shreyan Pereira's last one. 6 overs remaining after this. Ishan Fernando, he's going to be bowling 2 of those. Samira, I think, will bowl 2 as well. Both those players have got 2 left. As that one's just run down to backward point. So that's 4 overs. Now you have a look at the remaining bowlers. Prince 1 over 15. Sumit 1 over 13. And Prabuddha 2 overs for 26. So they've been expensive today, but you've got to give them 2 overs combined. Or you look for a 7th bowling option on the field. So those 2 overs, it'll be interesting to see who bowls them. As that one's cut away. Straight to point though. So just a dot ball to finish off Shreyan Pereira's spell. What a spell it's been. 2 for 15 in 4 overs. Shreyan Pereira, take a bow. You have been brilliant. 2 for 15. Picked up the wickets of Faisal Khan and Anis Rahman. Both cotton bowls. Well, not cotton bowls, but both catches. And with that, the end of 12 overs. Comets Cricket Club 94 for 3. Require another 54 from 6 overs. Exactly 9 and over now. Prabuddha into the attack. And that's straying down the leg side. Signalled wide by the umpire. So this is one of the 2 overs we were talking about. Who will it go to? One of them has gone to Prabuddha, who starts off with a wide. Talal Zia 44 off 27. He's on. Just defends that one down to point for a single. Gets Shoaib Syed on strike, who's on 1 off 3 at the moment. And that's cut away. Past the man at backward point. Will get there eventually, but the batsman coming back for a couple of runs quite comfortably in the end. That required rate continuing to drop now a bit. Those couple of runs. And once again just guided away, this time straight to backward point. That plan we can see from Continental go just a bit short. The back of a good length really outside off. And you've got a point and a backward point, as well as a deep point and a deep third man. So quite the protection there for those deliveries. This time though, short, and it's pulled away on the leg side. And it's running away. Just about crosses over the boundary, does that? Felt like that one went over the boundary. We'll wait for the umpire's call. The umpire said it didn't. So just the 2 runs there awarded to the batsman. And with that, the 100 comes up for Comets Cricket Club. 100 for 3. Midway through the 14th over. Midway through the 13th over, sorry. That one just nudged into the leg side. Short mid-wicket, keeping it to just a single. So 1 over remaining now in this 13th over. It's gone for 7 till now. So it's been a pretty good over here from Prabuddha. And I think he will be the one to get another over. We were talking about those 2 overs. This is one of them. And I think he will get the second as well. That one's pulled away into the leg side. And a maximum for Talal Zia. With that maximum, he gets to his 50. 51 from 29 deliveries. What an innings this has been. Absolutely brilliant from him. Under pressure. Lost a wicket early. Then that partnership he built with Wahab Syed. After he got out with Anis, Rahman, now with Shoaib Syed. This has been a really important innings from the experienced campaigner here, Talal Zia. Now with that, the end of 13 overs, 107 for 3, 41 needed from the back 5, and Ishan Fernando is brought back into the attack. 1 for 12 in his first 2 overs, and I think these 2 overs from Fernando, they will really be key. Because Fernando, he's been bowling so well. If he can pick up another couple of wickets here, if he can get Talal Zia out, if he can get Shoaib Syed out, then Comets, they will just feel a bit of pressure. As that one's cut straight to covers. Oh, an overthrow? No. So dot to start that over off. And that's just played through the offside. Oh, they're going to come through for another. That's really well run. That is really well run between these two. .39 needed in 28. That's the equation. As that one's been cut away on the bounce to point. I've seen so many deliveries. Just the batsman just cuts it away and it goes to point. Or it goes near point through him to deep point. At point, backward point, deep point region. Seen so many deliveries from the past few overs go there. There's another one. And they get through for a single as well with that. This has been a good over from Fernando here. And in the death overs, just conceded the 3 runs with 2 balls remaining in the over. He's been so economical today in this over as well. As that one's just defended. Point races in for the single and they're going to take another. No one backing up there. And they race through for that second run. So another overthrow, another extra run, unnecessary stuff from Continental. And with that, 5, but despite that, really, 5 runs they've taken from this over. That is it. And 2 of those were from overthrows, with just 1 ball remaining. So Ishan Fernando, he has been brilliant in this over. Oh, and that's swept through the leg side. Running away. No, the man will get there. Deep mid-wicket. I think they'll just stick for that single. Or have they gotten back for 2? Nope, just the single there. So 1 for 18 after 3 for Ishan Fernando. And at the end of 14 overs, Comets Cricket Club 113 for 3. Require another 35 to win from 24 deliveries. Oh, is it on the pads there? Not out, says the umpire. That was going down leg. A couple of peels scattered along the field. That's gone up in the air. Backward point. Oh, he's put it down. That should have been taken. I think he may just have lost that a bit in the lights. One of the simplest of catches. Ballooned up in the air. So 34 needed now in 21, 33 needed now in 21 deliveries with that single taken. Oh, that's pulled away through the leg side, and that'll be a maximum. Both arms lifted for the umpire. Talal Zia, he is looking so good today. 61 he moves on to from just 34 deliveries. Absolutely amazing from him. Short, pulled it away, and what a shot that was. A cracking shot off the bat of Talal Zia. Brings the equation down to 27 from just 20 deliveries. Surely now this is Comets' game. They've got 7 wickets in hand. Oh, this time straying down the leg side. Wides up, signalled by the umpire. Bit of a late call, but we will get that extra run nonetheless. Oh, and he pulls it away again. And he gets more runs. Another maximum. Almost a carbon copy of that shot from a couple deliveries back. Once again, Prince decides to go short. Once again, Talal Zia decides to pull that away. And once again, he gets 6 runs for that. Down to 20 from 19 now. Nearly a runnable. Talal Zia, what an innings he's playing here. 67 from 35 deliveries, batting at nearly 200 strike rate. This has been brilliant from him. And this over, it's been a big one. It has been quite the over this. 15 runs it's gone for with 1 delivery still remaining. And some field changes being made. The captain having a chat with his bowler. The final delivery of Prince is over here. What's he got? Runs in. Oh, and that's better on the pads. Oh, is he gone? Yes, he is. That was aerial. Straight to the man. Talal Zia has to go. Oh, is there a late twist in the tail here? Have the tables turned? Continental, they pick up a wicket, and that of Talal Zia. Maybe a 15 run over, but they've picked up the big fish. Talal Zia gone for 67. There you see him walking off. That is a massive moment in the game. Just 20 needed from 3 overs. But Continental, they can back that up with a top-notch over now. Conceding just 3-4 runs, picking up a wicket. Pressure will be on Comets. This over will be critical now. You bring it down to 15-16 from 2 overs. Another new batsman at the crease. With another wicket falling. And it could really go either way at that point. As Mohammad Behrouz walks out to bat. Joins Shoaib Syed. That was the last ball of the 15th over. And it's now down to 20 from 18. Surely you'd want to back the Comets at this point. The batting side, 6 wickets in hand, just 20 more needed in 3 overs. But this is T20 cricket. Anything can happen here. Another wicket falls, another really good over. And all of a sudden, we could see the tables turn. As Sumit is brought back into the attack. An interesting choice here. His first over went for 13. I'd personally lean more towards bringing someone like an Ishan Fernando in. 1 for 18 in his 3 overs. This is the crucial over. You either bowl him now or you have him bowl the penultimate, the 17th over. But at that time, you don't know. Maybe the game would be gone by the penultimate. So interesting. I would have personally gone Ishan Fernando. Another reason that Continental may have gone Sumit is just to play in the batsmen's minds that there is a new batsman out there. You've still got Fernando's over left. You've got to try and attack him from ball 1 that you're facing. So that might be a reason that you're playing Sumit now. And then you've got Fernando bowling the penultimate. It'll be interesting to see how Continental do. I think Fernando, he's got to bowl the 17th over. The penultimate over, it's got to go to Ishan Fernando. There's not really another option. This over, it's been good till now. Just the 2 runs from the first 3 deliveries. He replicates that Sumit. And it'll be down to 16 from 2, 8 over. With Ishan Fernando having 1 left. And things could get a bit tough here for the Comets batsmen as they come through for a single on that ball. Or is that a dot? That's actually a dot. That's really well done. So just the 2 runs from the first 4 deliveries. This has been excellent from Sumit here. Oh, strays down the leg side. And you can see him down on his knees. That's not what you want in this situation. You don't want another extra. We've seen quite a lot of those today. 15th wide of this Comets innings. Comets bowled 9 wides, 4 leg byes. And Continental here, 15 wides they've bowled. That's much better though. The short ball, angling it back in. Not able to get bat on at Shoaib's side. And now it's down to 17 from 13. Oh, and that's it straight back to him. That is an excellent over from Sumit. Just the 3 runs coming from it. What an over this has been. And now it's down to 17 needed from the final 2 overs. Comets Cricket Club, that required rate back up to 8.5. But the equation is simple. 17 runs, 12 balls, 6 wickets remaining. Shoaib side, he'll be at the non-strikers end. You've got Mohammad Behrouz on strike. Ehsan Rashad padded up, ready to go. He's someone who can come in, hit a 6 first ball. This game is going down to the wire here. Some changes being made in the field as expected. Ishan Fernando bowling the penultimate here, 1 for 18 in his first 3 overs. He's been excellent today. Now bowling the all-important penultimate over here, the 17th over. Oh, that one's pulled away into the leg side. There's a deep mid-wicket in place. The throw comes back in. And I think he's restricted that to just a single. That is excellent fielding in the deep. Just the 1 run they can get off that. That will mean it'll be Shoaib side on strike now. Oh, try something of it on unorthodox, premeditated. There was no one there in that fine leg region. And I think they've come back for 3 runs there. That's really well run. So premeditated, knew he wanted it in that gap. No one from deep third man to deep mid wicket, besides the wicket keeper himself. And so Shoaib side there, some premeditation, and he picks up 3 runs for that. 13 needed in 10. He goes aerial. There's a man there in mid-on. It goes over him. That'll be a boundary. 1 bounce into the ropes. And the equation is now down to 9 needed from 9 deliveries. It's just run a ball now at this stage. Mohammad Behrouz, he has hit a really crucial boundary there. Continental. Oh, this game is just drifting away from them now. Ishan Fernando comes in. That one's driven straight to covers though, but they'll get a single nonetheless. 8 from 8 now. With that, Shoaib side on strike. Still got Ehsan Rashad to come. Even if a wicket falls here. No, he steps out. Hits it right back to the bowler though. Eight from 7. So, and the bowler there just pulling out last second. Wants to get everything right. The final ball of his spell here. And that's it down the ground to long off. They want the second, the batsman. They'll come back, will they? Oh, a fumble is at that end, is it? Oh, he's made it. Don't think he's run out. Umpire keeps his finger down, and so an 11-run over there. An 11-run penultimate over means that Comets Cricket Club needs 6 runs from 6 balls. With 6 wickets in hand, it's all 6s. Six needed from 6 balls. The final over of the innings of the game coming up. And it'll be Mohammad Behrouz on strike to face the first delivery of the final over. And Sumit continuing. His first 2 went for 16. His last over, which was the 16th over, he just conceded the 3 runs. First ball, it's gone up in the air. Oh, put down. Oh, put down. You cannot drop a catch in this situation. That went straight to him, straight in, straight out. We've seen a fair share of dropped catches here from the Continental Cricket Club today. Haven't been the greatest in the field as far as overthrows are concerned, as far as dropped catches are concerned. And that's one you just had to take. Regulation take there at mid-wicket. Puts it down though. Oh, misfield now. Pressure keeps on building on these Continental fielders, and now it's down to 3 needed from 4 deliveries. Less than run a ball at this stage. Shoaib side on strike. 3 needed to win. And that's it away on the leg side. There's a deep mid wicket in place. Who gets the throw back in? They'll come back for another couple of runs. Scores are level with 3 deliveries remaining in this innings. Surely Comets, they're all but home now. They've all but won. And I think everyone's coming in. Yep, everyone inside the ring. 1 to win. Here we go. Oh, and that's it through the leg side, past the fielder. And that'll be a win for the Comets Cricket Club. They comprehensively win this game by 6 wickets. What a game of cricket we've had here. The Comets Cricket Club on top with just 2 balls remaining. A game which ended up going into the final over. And what a game it's been. Continental batting first, scoring 147. Some excellent bowling and fielding towards the end from the Comets, and then with the bat, some excellent performances. Dalal Zia, who high scored 67, he made. What an innings that was. And in the end, it is the men in yellow, the Comets,